Before the Beatles, before punk, before hip hop, there was a sound coming out of Memphis that no one had heard before, and it came from a 19-year-old truck driver named Elvis Presley. This is the story of how Elvis rewired rock and roll forever, and why his musical legacy still matters. Let's rewind to 1954. America was still clinging to post-war conservatism. Music was segregated, literally. Black artists were boxed into race records, while white audiences were fed sanitized pop. Then came Elvis. He walked into Sun Studio and recorded a blues tune by Arthur Crudup. That's All Right wasn't polished. It was raw, urgent, and it hit Memphis radio like a lightning bolt. This wasn't just a new sound. It was a new feeling, a fusion of blues, gospel, and country that broke the rules and blurred the lines. Elvis didn't invent rock and roll, but he made it impossible to ignore. His voice carried the soul of gospel, the grit of blues, and the swagger of country. And when he moved, America lost its mind. TV censors tried to cut him off at the waist, but the damage was done. Elvis was a cultural shockwave. Let's talk records. His debut album, Elvis Presley, was the first rock LP to top the Billboard chart. Then came Elvis's Back, a post-Army comeback that showed off his vocal range. And in 1969, From Elvis in Memphis, brought it all home with Suspicious Minds and In the Ghetto. These weren't just hits, they were blueprints for artists like the Beatles, Dylan, Bowie, even Kendrick Lamar, who sampled Elvis in King's Dead. But here's what most people miss. Elvis had range. He recorded over 200 songs and never wrote one, but he made each track his own. Bob Dylan once said Elvis's version of Tomorrow is a Long Time was the best cover of any of his songs. That's respect. And then there's the fashion, the leather suit, the rhinestones, the high collars. Elvis didn't follow trends. He created them. From Prince to Harry Styles, that influence is still stitched into the seams of pop culture. So why does Elvis still matter? Because he changed the rules. He made music feel dangerous, he made it feel alive, and he opened the door for generations of artists to walk through. His rock and roll history isn't just about gold records. It's about breaking barriers with sound, with style, with soul. If you're into crate digging, rare pressings, and the stories behind the sound, you're in the right place. At 44 Audio, we don't just listen, we feel the music. Want more stories like this? Head to 44audio.com and keep the needle moving.